Hello. Yup. Good enough. All right, what's up, y'all? Sorry, I was just making sure everything was going well. What's up, y'all? It's been a while. I'm so sorry. It's been a hot minute since I've streamed anything or even said anything with my community tab. You know that numbs be consistent at not being consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of what it's my charm at just not being good at my job. Hey, vey. Hope y'all doing well. I'm not sure what's y'all time slots, but hope you had a good morning, evening, night. I don't know. I just wanted to stream, get back to it again, and also I wanted to do a bit of a, I guess, I don't know, video binge, after dropping my nice vid. I wanted to do a commentary and stuff. I'm sure probably for my area, maybe not many people are available or even gonna be able to show up, but that's okay. Whatever, I don't care. I'm just here for me. The VOD will always be available unless there's some copyright or other unfortunate problem going on, but yeah. That's interesting. Wait, I can... Oh, I'm so stupid. I never realized I can do that. That's actually pretty cool. Oh, it's not gonna work at the moment, but whatever. Yep. At the moment, I'm just chilling. I'm just enjoying my day. Obviously, I'm working on the next video project, but it is gonna take a while, as per usual. Although, I don't know. I feel like the research process is gonna take much longer than my typical scheduling, I guess. But I think the video might not be as long as I think it's gonna be, because I generally thought for this specific topic it might have been longer than I thought it'd be, but probably not. The evil twin letters, who wins? Obviously me. It doesn't matter if they're twins, triplets, quadruplets, quintuplets. I'm a body. No difficulty. I slam without much effort. Obviously. And just to make sure, I'm hoping the background music audio is perfectly fine to my mic audio. I'm pretty sure I usually have it stable or balanced out before I start, but you never know. But yeah, I'm gonna quote unquote react to some of my buddies' videos, and I'm also gonna add commentary or extensions to my video that I just dropped. I'm gonna wait a few more minutes before I do, because I just want to get the ball rolling. Will you scale Toriko? I don't know. I don't know. To me, that series has never been something that I feel like I'd be really interested in. Not to say I can't do it. It's just that I want to have some level of investment towards the projects I'm doing. I don't know. Maybe in the future, but I'm not sure there's really that much of a... I mean, maybe I'm underestimating it. Maybe there is a huge fan base or like viewership for it, but I don't know. What's up, everybody? Let me shout out to everybody. MU Anims, Base Goku Prod, DJB, Book of Dark. It became my favorite after reading it through. Just pink. Yeah. Literally the only frame of reference I even have for it is the Dragon Ball One Piece crossover and the other One Piece crossover. It looks alright. I'm not really sure to what extent I can say about it, but it looks alright. Oh yeah, so anyways, if the Mega from Xenoverse could be argued to have fourth dimensional attack potency and the future war can beat them, wouldn't that upscale DBS characters due to being able to fight them? No, not necessarily, because Xenoverse, it's in its own weird continuity that just so happens to include DBS characters. So you can't associate one series with another just because of them appearing. You can, I mean, DBS characters can scale to that level anyways, if, you know, argue correctly, but because Xenoverse is quote-unquote canon to Super, but via different dimensions and, you know, just franchise canonicity, but you can't just assume that they are directly part of the same timeline, so to speak. Because by that logic, it's like, oh, well, Evolution Goku from that one time can use Kamehameha, and the Gokus from Xenoverse can use a Kamehameha. So surely their AP must be the same because they use the same technique. You know, that's kind of like a weird association fallacy. That's just not, no, that's not how it works. So likewise, just because, oh well, Goku from Super appears in Xenoverse does not mean they're the same Goku. Like, yes, they are in concept the same character, but they're not actually, like, continuity or consistency wise the actual same Goku. Right, it's just like how GT Goku is not the same kid Goku from the early era of Dragon Ball when Goku met Bulma type of thing. I'ma just pretend I did not read that. Stardust. I don't know what that character's name is. I don't know how you pronounce that. But you can still technically say that is the case, specifically within Xenoverse. Xenoverse version of Super Goku can scale to that level, but specifically from the manga or anime or movies, no. Uh, is his own version. Yeah, basically. Again, Heroes and Xenoverse is its own convoluted lore because, of course, it is. But yeah, it's also the same way you can say how you know, Goku from the 4D movie is not the same Goku from that One Piece crossover, or you know, Goku from the movies is not the same Goku as, I don't know, some other crossovers, if that makes sense. Yeah, because people really want to generalize things, which I understand it's easier to do it that way, but when you actually look into the source material, you'll realize that no, that is not the case at all. It applies the same to any franchise. Like, there's so many versions of Godzilla, there's so many versions of Superman, there's so many versions of Batman, Spider-Man, you know, so there's so many versions of Goku. Just because he may not be written, or just because their iterations are not that different from the grand scheme of things, does not mean that there isn't some level of differences in nuance in their storylines or background and abilities and stuff. All right, I'll wait a few more minutes and then I'll get into the reaction videos. But still a great question though. Yeah, I'll get more into that because I don't care. I'll keep repeating myself as many times as I want to. I'm not gonna concede unless all the evidence has been debunked and all the other side of their arguments has been like upscaled or I guess buffed up. Yeah, literally. Can he be Goku though? Which Goku? My Goku? Your Goku? My dad's Goku? If Xenoverse and Super are two different continuities, wouldn't that mean that Super cosmology and lore can't be applied to Xenoverse? No, because in Xenoverse, it's already been confirmed multiple times that there is infinite timelines, and throughout all those timelines, they are their own, basically, cosmology, right? So anything that exists within Universe 7 would likewise exist within Xenoverse. So basically what I'm saying is like, in Super, there is obviously the Universe 7, there's the 12 universes, there is the World of Void, blah blah blah, right? And Xenoverse 1 and 2, we see how there exists the World of Void, the Tournament of Power happened, Goku fought Janemba in Hell, and some storylines, etc., etc. So, yes, whatever exists in terms of cosmology and Super does exist in Xenoverse. It's just that what exists and what applies in Super can apply to Xenoverse, but not the other way around. Not all of Xenoverse can apply to Super specifically. So that's the main distinction. You can apply certain things to Super, but you can apply certain things to Xenoverse to Super. What's up, Natural Order? Alright, we're coming in a few seconds. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for dropping by even for a few seconds. I'm going to be reacting to my video, more so giving commentary or adding more extensions because obviously I can't add a full video breakdown in the comment section. I mean, I can, but I'd much rather just, you know, do it live. So, alright, let me pause the music and let me boot up the video, making sure. Okay, cool. Now, to make sure that the audio is not too quiet, I can drop it down a little bit, but let's see.
A grudge that can never settle. Seen before, a threat to existence itself.
Hopefully that works in terms of audio. Opinions on those video scaling fan-made Dragon Ball. Like what specifically? Like like those bar charts, like those graphs, those types of videos, or like fan-made like power levels types of videos. I mean, go have fun with those, I guess. I'm just saying, if you're gonna try to argue your fan-made power scaling is official and accurate, maybe you should reconsider doing those videos. All right, hopefully you guys can hear the audio. I mean, to be fair, I can still break it down anyways, but yeah. The intro was fun. In case y'all wondering, what's up, Cherry Boy? Oh, nice to see you again. Yeah, the intros, they're so cringe. I don't know how to start a video properly. It's like, I don't know. Like, my energy, I cannot just be like, hey guys, I'm Nubs, and let's talk about power scaling. In this video, we're gonna talk about Hachiyak, so let's get into it. Like, I just can't do that. I'm already cringing with that type of energy. Like, even if I'm more calmer, like, hey, what's up guys? Like, no, I need to like establish that tone, you know, that energy, because I don't want to y'all be like, oh, how strong is Frieza? And then I'll be like, hey guys, so like Frieza, he kind of strong. Like, no, I gotta be like, yo, Frieza is OP. Cooler is bullying everybody. I gotta be like, yo guys, you think he's strong? Nah, he is too strong. We need to nerf this guy. We need 5 patches just to make things fair. Let me break it down why, because y'all are stupid. Like, I gotta emphasize that energy, right? And especially when it comes to these villains, we'd be like, oh no, he's not just a threat. He is a threat. That type of energy, so... I hope I still think my intros are kind of cringe, but whatever. So, anyways, let's continue.
Before you ask, yes.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. I'm curious how many people are aware. Like, did y'all know there were 4 versions?
4 versions of Plan to Eradicate Yay, the Palladium game, then the 2010 remake.
Yeah, I'm curious if people were even aware. I know people are aware of the original, quote unquote, and the remake, but I'm curious if people even know the other versions. Oh yeah, the Janemba one's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna just scoot this over. I'm just I don't know what that text is saying. I don't know what that means. Yeah, this part, once again, I'm just breaking down the canon because, again, people really want me to generalize things like, oh, well, Toei anime exists, so surely the movie is like the anime. But then it's like, bro, how many times have fans constantly agree that, oh yeah, the super manga, although correlates, like, the manga plays out very similar events to the anime, but the scaling is clearly different. So then why are people are like, okay, we can agree to that, but no, the movies must scale exactly like the anime? Because that does not make sense. Koyama has constantly said, like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in the manga. So how can we say, oh, well, clearly the anime or the movies are playing exactly like the anime, even though both the manga or the movies and anime do not even know where the manga is going in terms of story. So we can't even associate that from that assumption. And plus, Koyama already said he has to write movies in advance, hence why the scaling is sometimes weird. Like, it's convoluted, or even the plot, the timeline doesn't make sense. It doesn't align correctly with what actually happens in the manga. And then, again, look, how many times do I have to keep showing this shot right here? How many times do I have to keep showing Gogeta? Is this Gogeta the same as this Gogeta? No. So why are we gonna say, oh well, the anime must scale to the anime, even though there's two different Gogetas? Like, come on, bro. How many times do I have to keep establishing the anime does not need a scale 100% to the movies? Like, yes, let me be more clear. Yes, maybe events played out very similar to the original story, but does not mean that the actual feats played out in the movies. You know, just like how in the anime, remember when Vegeta flicked with that that bug planet with 2 fingers? That never happened in the manga. That was an anime exclusive thing. So, likewise, we can say, oh well, in the movies, either it did happen or it didn't happen. But you have to prove it did happen, and guess what? You can't, because we literally don't know. So, it's more easier to just say it played out similar to the manga than it did the anime, because that it requires more effort. So, that's why I don't get why people are pressing me to say it must scale exactly like the anime. I literally don't know why, but people just want me to assume that must be the case. That's why I'm just like, I don't know. Now, to be fair, as I'm hoping people understand from, you know, just the way I even include material from these videos or for these videos, obviously it's going to be a composite scaling anyways, but at the same time, because I feel like people I don't know, I feel like people do not really realize how much content I'm giving the viewers. Like, I'm giving you guys scaling from solely the movie itself. I'm giving you scaling from a movie timeline, like a movie retrospect. Like, hey, if Turles exists, okay, let me scale him from solely the movie, and then let me scale him if he was stronger than Dr. Wheelo, and then let me scale him to the anime, and then let me scale him to the entire franchise itself, including video games, heroes, etc. Like, I'm giving you guys 5 like unique profiles of how strong each character is from those specific criterias, and then giving you a composite source. Like, I feel like that's pretty impressive. I'm able to do all that in a short form video that is pretty consistent, pretty logical, and it includes every perspective you could possibly ask for. You know, if people ask me, oh well, how strong if it's movie only, how strong if it's anime only, you know, that type of thing. So I don't know. I feel like I'm not giving enough credit for doing that proper justice. Let me read a few comments real quick. Frieza's the real. Oh my gosh. Matthew Adams, I was not aware there were being 4 versions. Yeah, I was also not aware a long time ago, but it was actually pretty cool. Did you say Super Saiyan Master is equal to Super Saiyan D to being Master? I'll get to that part later. Are you summoning for I wanted to ask who is stronger, Gogeta, Blue, or Beast Gohan? If we're talking about their specific eras, like Super Broly movie era Gogeta versus superhero movie era Gohan Beast, definitely Gohan Beast. If we're talking about like current era, like current era Gogeta versus current era Gohan, I'm probably gonna lean into Gogeta Blue specifically. Oh, thank you, triple 5P. I don't want to diss y'all like diss your name like that. Come on now, but that's an impressive username. Oh yeah, I'll get to that point. Yeah. Again, I only include that more so for the like hype fans, where they're like, I don't know, automatically go to the highest interpretation. I myself have my own middle ground beliefs, but I still acknowledge those points in case people really want that high end scaling. So whatever. Yeah, because like, yeah, let me just go a little bit here, but it's like, okay, supposedly Hachiyak happens during the Cell games, but where the heck is Cell? Is he dead? Is he just chilling? Why are the heroes perfectly calm when they should be focused on the Cell games? why is Cell not doing anything? Would he not be like, this Death Strong gas is kind of affecting my ki. I'm kind of interested in what's going on here. There's that dark ki I'm sensing. Surely there might be something fun while I'm killing time. Unless he literally doesn't care. I don't know. But yeah, Toriyama clearly says different dimensions. I know people really want to say, oh, well, all the movies are in a different dimension, but still in the same timeline. But it's like, no. The multiverse exists, bro. Like, they're future Trunks, bro. Come on. Yeah, the little... This was more of a... like a gag, like a troll type of argument. It's like, oh, well, look of this Earth. And yes, guys, in case you're wondering, this is the legit menu screen of the world map of the Famicom or NES game for playing Eradicate the Saiyans. I'm not sure if I'm blind, but clearly one does not look like the other, alright? I don't know. Maybe they do like the same planet, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. And even Koyama himself, because people say, oh, well, the anime must have the exact same scaling as the movies. But even when Koyama himself, who worked on the anime, where it's like, yeah, the movies is like the same as the anime, he still says that, yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies because it's progressing. It's being developed as the manga is being developed. Yeah, please enjoy the inconsistencies. Making the movies while the original manga and the TV series is being made, it makes a lot of inconsistencies. Yeah, right here. It should be the Z timeline, but he then concedes it's being made in advance, so there's contradictions to the manga and anime. Yeah, there are so many times I had to write a stage when I don't know the future development, so there would be contradictions. So even he is acknowledging that argument that, oh, well, yes, it must be the same timeline as the anime, but then there's still contradictions to the anime and manga. So Koyama is literally supporting some of those counter arguments, but he himself is conceding. The guy who worked on the anime is conceding that that logic, that claim does not work for the movie. So I still don't know why people think I have to concede or agree to that line of thinking when the man himself is like, no, even I agree that doesn't work. So I don't know where that's coming from. And then once again, parallel worlds, plural is not one movie timeline. Several movie timelines can exist. Now, granted, you can say, like, for example, Xenogoku, he then went through all the movies. So, yes, you can say in one random timeline, all the movies did, in fact, happen in a single continuity. But that also only coincides with me making a composite movie scaling. So, that's why I'm saying it doesn't really contradict my own claims to begin with. So, whatever. Yeah, again, Toriyama's top priority, even though he didn't work on them, but Koyama still validates it, so whatever. And then, yes, I know, people always want to use cameos.
Previous movies.
Yeah, I know people want to use cameos or Easter eggs, but, like, bro, they're Easter eggs. They're nothing, like, whatever. Like, okay, let me ask the chat. Scaled this raccoon. What did he do? What did this specific raccoon do? From movie 12 specifically. No anime allowed, no manga allowed. What did he do in this specific movie? Guess what? The answer is nothing. He flew. Okay. What else did he do? I don't know. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying is, like, just because this raccoon existed in this movie does not mean this raccoon must scale to his other versions. As I explained to DJB, sorry. There are several Gokus. They may not be exactly different. Like, they might have slight differences, but otherwise, just because they look like the same character does not mean they have the same history. There are so many millions of versions of Spider-Man. Doesn't mean they're all the same Spider-Man from the same continuity. So, likewise, different scaling, alright? What is so hard to comprehend that? I don't know what's so hard to comprehend that. It's not that difficult to figure out. Oh, yeah. If y'all see my videos with Bojack, I claimed he was playing at level. So, yeah. It's a little It's just a gag. It's not meant to be serious. Like, oh, I'm clearly never wrong. Like, nah. I've even agreed that some of my videos can be outdated after a certain points, but whatever. Who cares? Again, they're more from like feats only, because like if I ask someone scale how strong Bojack is from the movie only, you barely would have anything to work it with. If it's just solely on the movie, no guidebooks, no anime, no nothing, he is pathetically weak. Like that's the joke. Even Harudegarn, bro did nothing but destroy a city block, I guess. So I don't know. And then GT Goku is overhyped. I don't care, but maybe he is boundless. I don't know. Maybe our Lord and Savior is boundless. All right. Anyways, yeah, this is his backstory. Yeah, this was just the intro of the the OVA. They were nerfed. I was gonna show more clips, but yeah, Goku couldn't use his Kamehameha. Piccolo couldn't use the special beam cannon. Goku or Gohan can't use his Masenko. So yeah, I'm not sure how. It's not really quantifiable as to how nerfed they are, but they just can't use their signature attacks. But they still can go Super Saiyan. So I guess that's something. Yeah. And then obviously I scaled the Ghost villains to their movie counterparts just to give the benefit of the doubt. I'm not sure what people has to say about my past videos regarding their scaling solely from the movies. I think people are okay with it. But yeah. Yep. Again, just watch those videos. I might do my own like breakdown for those videos as well, but yeah. Yeah. Apparently Vegeta can use Destructo Disc in this continuity. Yeah, and then Frieza destroyed a island
of existence. So
yeah, so Semi-Cell did the same.
I guess everyone is island level.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I don't know. Sure. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, the end of the planet, end of the universe. Again, I did try to make my own counter arguments. Like, if I had to debate myself, is there a way to maybe say this is not a valid form of speed calc? But I still said that yes, it is possible, because again, the game itself shows that is the case with the menu screen. The Pladia version literally having stars being passed like it's nothing, and then guidebooks saying that it's insanely huge, the universe. The anime, if it does scale to the anime, then there you go, just more proof. And then this thing right here.
Wait, this is still a
this part right here, it was actually a last minute find. I didn't realize this, but this is the official DVD box or like cover, and it legit says because in the OVA they do say that Earth itself has 70 days until it's destroyed, but I guess here for the original like synopsis for the movie or whatever, I guess the humans might have 72 hours, so they only have 3 days. So this speed feed might even be more ludicrous. Like I'm talking like quadrillions times faster than light for the humans or for the main cast. So I'm just saying, and I know I did say that it might be remake only, but because it is composite scaling, that might just apply by association. So whatever. So yeah, I'm just saying, Gas and Super can do the same thing. So, and Goku scales to Gas. Obviously, he can't breathe in space, but I mean, if he could, then yeah, he can do it. I mean, even Beerus and Whis can do it. So yeah. Because yeah, like I said, there's not much good speed feats in the movie, or just the Eradicate the Saiyan storyline. So I'm just like, well, in the Pladia, they do have a spaceship that can travel around planets that are not in our solar system. So I guess they are hella fast. So I guess that's the best way to really argue. Yeah, the remake does not have much anything impressive to go by. So whatever. And then there's this monkey man here because he was getting bullied by Goku in base, and then he possibly gets a plus 500 times multiplier of Super Saiyan, and yet that was not enough. So we're talking not even like a 500 or 1,000 type boost, but more like a 5,050, like a 500,000 type boost. Like that's how much of an insane multiplier it is. It's insane. And then yeah, Koyama himself agrees that Broly could fly across space if he wants to, or if he needed to. In every source, he believes Broly is the strongest. Whether you agree or not, that's fine. Who cares? But whatever. All right. Anyways, oh yeah, I'm about to get to that part. Fairy Tail Power Scale. Eventually, I know. Eventually, I'll touch up on that. I'm not sure how I want to go about it, but I know I want to do it. Is it common in I would like to say unfortunately yes, because the people who do actually research or actually look into the material do not often do that. It's just that it's more so coming from a fan bias. Like mostly the fans who don't really power scale properly or don't really look at the nuance just go way too overboard with what is presumably stated, even though it might go against the story or the author's intent. They just kind of by default go through that, but whatever. That's why I don't harp it on it too much. I'm like, hey, if you want to believe it, go right ahead. I don't need to, but I am including it as a potential like hey, by the way, fun fact type of thing. Yeah, the dead zone. It's actually more so super space, but whatever, 4D, 5D, whatever. Yeah, this is stated to transcend the living universe, which people think is automatic outerversal, but from the boys I've talked to, it's more so a spiritual transcendence rather than a actual mathematical transcendence. So you can still argue Otherworld is like 5D, 4D, whatever, but specifically Outerversal, just because of the usage of Transcendence, is like, nah. But again, if you want to, we'll go right ahead. I don't care. And then, yeah, right here. Yeah, I only included the bottom or whichever part of it was, but yeah, it literally says that I should have included it here, but it's called the teleportation zone. And at least here, it specifically says it's moving through a different space outside of time. And keep in mind, time includes literally everything, the past, present, and future, etc. So the fact that they are literally teleporting in a different realm that is beyond the concept of time could unironically imply that they can technically teleport in the past, present, or future. Now, keep in mind, to be infinite speed means you had to reach an infinite distance and an infinite time, hence infinite speed, right? But if time is zero or non-existent, you are bound by time, so you can't move. If you're bound by time, you literally cannot move. That's why it's called inaccessible speed, because if you can move in a realm where time doesn't exist, then by default you can still have inaccessible speed, meaning you're either way above infinite speed no matter what. Like for example, when Goku and Zeno were in that void when Future Trunks' timeline was erased, they unironically were moving in a realm where time did not existed, unironically giving Goku inaccessible speed. But that could be a oversight of the creators, but nonetheless, that's an example. Because like even us humans, if time did not existed, we would not be able to move. We would not be able to, move forward in time. We would just be stuck in a perpetual state of like nothingness. So to answer your question, even if you don't want to say that, oh well, outside of time means literally time, time, space, past, present, future, that still nonetheless requires an accessible speed to even perform. And people are still like they're overwhelmed, like literally cannot comprehend how is it possible for Cooler to do that. That doesn't seem accurate, but it's true, because Goku is also doing it. He's literally instant transmissioning during combat. Like, he's not just, oh, let me just travel, like just boop boop. No, he's literally fighting him, and he's using that technique at the same time. And yet, even though Goku himself is moving past infinite speed, Cooler catches him and drags him out of the teleportation zone. So even if you don't want to believe that is an immeasurable speed, which I like to believe that it might be kind of overhyping, because we don't really see it actually moving past, moving themselves to the past or future. But either way, the fact that Cooler is reacting and grabbing Goku mid teleportation while they're fighting, because they're not just like, they're not shopping. They're not just, oh, let me go back home, let me just walk. No, they're literally fighting and reacting towards one another. And yet Metacooler can react and grab Goku out of that. I like to see anyone else try that. Imagine, I don't know, like, imagine y'all, like, imagine the world has stopped. Like, Earth has stopped completely. Nothing is moving. And yet you can react to someone moving while the Earth has stopped. It's like, yes, that is a clear feat of beyond infinite speed. So that's, yeah. Now again, you can still say this is movie only. It doesn't have to necessarily apply to Goku beyond that point, but you can still imply that, because I'm trying to think. He only demonstrated when he came back from Namek, when Mecha Frieza died and Future Trunks arrived. But otherwise, he was just presenting that technique against Cell. Cell didn't react to it. So he wouldn't apply to that. What else? And the Buu Saga, I don't think they use it that much, as far as I can remember. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, even if you think this is way too insane of a speed feed, you could still just say it's movie only. It wouldn't apply to the anime because nobody reacted to it or even outspeed the thing. Like, I think by the time they finally reach that level is maybe like a Universe 6 tournament arc, or Granola's instant transmission speed feed. Like, it's not until like Super Era or GT Era where they actually scale to that speed. But otherwise, I still say that it's valid. It's coming from an official source, and it is movie only, so it wouldn't apply to the anime or manga regardless. It might apply to video games and stuff, but otherwise, yeah. Anyways, yeah, he never felt such ki before. Yeah, right here. I was wondering where this came from. Apparently, it was also from not the remake VHS cover, but the OVA, the original OVA. It legit translated, wow, his power is greater than Broly. Because with Goku, you can say, oh, he says perhaps, maybe. Like, he's kind of speculating. Like, I don't know. He's at least saying that they're relative in power. But the cover just straight up says his power is greater than Broly. Like, there's no, like, confusion. There's no theory. There's no prediction or speculation. No. It just says he's straight up stronger than Broly. Like, dang. So, yeah, it is the official VHS cover. So, I don't know how to argue against that. So, yeah. And then, yeah, people says that, oh, Frieza's universal. Okay, well, Hachiyak scales beyond Frieza and Cell, who apparently Koyama says maybe they are equal. So, there you go. And I didn't include it in the video, but I think there is one tweet where he even says that he says Broly might be as strong as Cell or as strong as Hachiyak, so that's just more consistency regarding their relative universal busting scaling, if you want that assumption. Oh yeah, the Palladium. Yeah, it took me a while to find any good quality clips because I want you guys to actually see what the heck is going on. I don't want y'all to be looking at pixels. But yeah, the merchant gave Goku a mirrors. I kind of was wrong with my wording. The clones can still interact with them, but the characters themselves cannot damage them because they're just like phantoms. So they're kind of like the other Ghost Warrior villains, but more dangerous because they're literally as strong as Hachiok. Although he just gets bullied afterward, so whatever. They go giant mode. Yeah, the fairy. It's just some. These characters do not have much background. They're just some extra character that Goku just so happens to bump into. The fairy, for some reason, was just in prison in this weird temple, cave, whatever. The fairy was kind of a jerk. She tried to steal Goku's sensu bean, but then, if depending on what choice you make in the game, Goku can let her go or feed her a sensu bean. Yeah, I didn't include it in the video, but yeah, she did in fact say that yeah, there's a core within that little gem of Hachiok that contains all of his grudges and stuff. So yeah. And then he can destroy it, and then he just kills it. So it's weird. It's like Hachiok is strong, but then when you include these other realities, he has more weaknesses to work with. So if you say that, oh well, maybe Broly is maybe weaker than Hachiok, but if Broly can take advantage of those weaknesses, then he technically wins. So that is a possible win condition. So that's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, so maybe raw power Hachiok is stronger, but like maybe caliber or hacks ability wise, they're not. Hachiok would lose, so that might be an argument. But yeah, this part, bro. Actually, you know what? Hold on, give me a second. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Yeah, so I did my best to translate what was being said within the Playdia, because a lot of the things that were said in the OVA were basically copy and pasted for the Playdia, so there wasn't much I needed to translate myself. But some of the exclusive endings were not included for the OVA, so I had to translate some of them. Now, thankfully, I was able to read the Spanish text, so I can, figure it out myself. But yeah, let me see. Okay, so right here, so there's the DB Dragon Ball Wiki, and this is blatantly wrong because it labels it as the instant Spirit Bomb, but that's wrong because Goku in the OVA straight up says because Cho in Japanese it's pronounced Cho, Chou, which is literally the same wording for Dragon Ball Super. It's just called Dragon Ball Cho in Japan. So he's literally saying, I'm creating a Cho Genki Dama, which is literally Super Spirit Bomb. So this is blatantly wrong. And because the only thing he does is that Goku, after throwing the Spirit Bomb, he instant transmissions blasts Hachiok with a Ki Blast to save Vegeta and then teleports away to safety. Like, if maybe, as he's about to throw it and then instant transmissions and then uses the attack, maybe that makes sense, but no, this is just blatantly wrong. Yeah. Yeah, it says right here that it's explained as he can use it for Super Saiyan full power because it doesn't alter his pure heart. It's just that, yeah, the name itself is wrong. It is just pretty much, I mean, maybe technicality it is instant transmission Spirit Bomb, but it's just Spirit Bomb, a Super Spirit Bomb. So, yeah. I only bring this up because some people like to use the wiki. I only use it as like a starting point, but otherwise, no. I look at to the original source, and this is just blatantly wrong. So, I don't know. I just want to include that in because I've never seen anybody bring this up before. Nobody has brought up this specific points. And I'm just like, yeah, bro, people need to be, informed about this because this is just insane. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I'm back. Wish we saw Super Hachiko in the OVA or Giant form. Yeah, that would have been cool. Oh, by the way, nice to meet you again, Stride. Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been awesome. But yeah, Goku just confirms he needs to create something even stronger than him. Himself, Goku, and Hachiko. So yeah, which maybe you could say it doesn't scale to Hachiko, but you know the fact that it required a Super Spirit Bomb to even win is like, you know, impressive. Like dang. And then yeah, I included the audio just because in case people thinking I was BSing, I was like, no, he literally says that, and yeah, I can also translate this in Spanish. It's like, yes, he did in fact says that he crossed the walls of Super Saiyans, so he would not stay in his heart and create a Super Spirit Bomb. So that's just impressive. I still like, okay, people to this day do not believe that grade 4 is more than a 50 times multiplier. I don't know why. I don't know why people are still stuck with this mindset. Because, okay, for example, people want to say, oh, well, during the Cell games, Goku just got stronger because of training. So he can use Super Saiyan at full power and not lose ki, but it's still a 50 times multiplier. But that is just blatantly wrong. That is just completely wrong. Because I can even post, let me get it up real quick. Because I breaking this topic down so many times, it's not even funny anymore. This is an old video of mine. It's kind of outdated, but like, whatever. I'll still bring it up. But yeah, like, so like in my old Perfect Cell versus Evo Goku video, yeah, so it's clearly stated, it's in the Hachiko video, but it literally says that grade 2 raises both power and speed more higher than the Super Saiyan. So even if grade 2 uses ki, you know, wastes ki just like grade 1, it's still a better speed and power up nonetheless. So why would Goku not use grade 2 regardless, if he can still get stronger and still waste just the same amount of ki? Because Vegeta, and when he fought Semi-Cell, does not really show any instances of them like gasping or like getting tired. It looks like it just uses the same amount of ki wasted as regular Super Saiyan grade 1. So that's already debunked that yes, it can in fact be stronger than a 50 times. And then as I translated here, Trunks acquires 10 times superior strength. The only difference is, you know, movement. And then people say, oh, well, but didn't Super Saiyan 2 confirm 100 times multiplier? But it's like, no, you can just say that grade 4 is, you know, 10 times. Like, you could say grade 2 or Super Saiyan 2, which is grade 5, is stronger than grade 3. So it's not, you know, 500 times versus 100 times. No, it's 500 times versus 1,000 times multiplier. So yeah. And then even though 2 guidebook says that Trunks was stronger than Cell, you can easily say that Cell was just holding back, which he was, because even Vegeta was like, yeah, he was toying with them. And then keep in mind, it took Super Saiyan 2 Gohan for Cell to finally show his full power, which Goku confirms. Actually, I can increase the the HD quality a bit. He literally says that finally he's using his full power in the manga. Not against Goku, by the way. He even tanked he tanked all of Trunks' attacks, and yet he just
not shown to be.
Yeah, he's not phased at all. He's just like, oh, that's cool, I guess. And then again, people say, oh, well, Goku must have gotten stronger then. No. Because Goku in the Daizenshu says, even at full power, he can't damage Cell. And then Goku himself is like, yeah, I was doing my best, but I don't know about Cell, and I can't beat him. And then, once again, even though, again, Vegeta and Trunks has access to grade 2, and even though Cell himself acknowledges that they have gone stronger thanks to the 10 days of prep. They still are nothing compared to Goku, who trained less, by the way. Again, even before the fight began, there's no comparison between Goku and the other two Saiyans. Goku's blatantly stronger. And then right here, right here, Goku admits that he's stronger than Vegeta, and when he showed 50% of his power to Korin, Vegeta admits he's weaker. Vegeta, who has grade 2, is weaker than Goku. And then right here, once again, it says right here, grade 4, the last stage before the second level, which is Super Saiyan 2. It increases the level of Super Saiyan and not decreasing any of the abilities. And concentrate all energy. Train not only the body, but also mind. We get the power of grade 3, which is right here, the Super Saiyan Sandai Kai. Without any deformation, getting more strength, agility, speed, reflexes. This is the state Goku attained when he faced Perfect Cell in his particular tournament. So once again, it's literally stated, grade 3 is a 10 times boost, if I can find it. Is a 10 times boost, and grade 2 is stronger than grade 1. So grade 4 Goku is stronger by more than 10 times, probably like 20, 50 times. And heck, even Cell mocked it. He was like, yeah, I can do it too. Yeah, I can do it too. Like, what's whatever. And then, what else? Did I skip it? No. Yeah, right here. Again, Goku give up. He had to waste time training with Gohan. And then once they finally rivaled each other, he gave up. He has like another 3 months or so of training left, but he left the time chamber earlier. And even though Vegeta himself went back in and trained for the last 9 days or whatever, he says, I hate to admit it, but I train hard, but I can never beat Kakarot. He's brilliant. Unfortunately, Cell wasn't just 1, but 2 steps ahead of him. So even Vegeta, who trained more than Goku, is still weaker than grade 4 Goku. So even if you say, oh well, the guidebooks are irrelevant, they're outdated, they're not written by Toriyama, whatever stupid counter argument you can say, the original manga literally says in plain English, grade 4 is not 50 times. It's more than 50 times. It's more than regular Super Saiyan. It's not just, oh well, his emotions are stable. Oh well, his ki is drainage. Like, yes, that is true, but he still gets stronger on top of that. That's why I keep constantly saying to everybody, it's not 50 times. Even if it's just 51 times multiplier, that still just proves my point that it is more than that. Yeah, and as Stry said, Vegeta and Kaba are equal base to base. Super Saiyan Vegeta tanked a hit from grade 1 Super Saiyan Kaba straight to the face. Exactly. Vegeta's mastery of Super Saiyan is much more higher than Kaba, who just got it a few seconds ago. So it's like, yes, there's literally no room for interpretation to assume that is not the case. It even says right here, thanks to Herms, it's literally stated, an alternate name for Super Saiyan 2 is Super Saiyan Grade 5. And guess what? Grade 5, and right here, it even says it, strongest form. Yeah, reveal the invincible Saiyan power. It's not just, obviously you can include his potential, but it literally says grade 5 for Super Saiyan 2 is above grade 4, the 2 times multiplier, remember, and grade 4 is above grade 3. So there is no like, oh, but the Super Saiyan guide says it's a 100 times. It's like, yes, that could be a low ball, but the more accurate multiplier is Super Saiyan being 50 times, grade 2 being an unknown increase, maybe 2 times, whatever, grade 3 being 10 times, grade 4 being at least equal. It's actually higher by now, but for now, Cell game specifically, it's a 500 times at least. And then Super Saiyan grade 5, i.e. Super Saiyan 2, is a 2 times, meaning Super Saiyan 2 is a 1000 times multiplier. So no, Super Saiyan 2 can still be stronger than grade 3. It can be stronger than Cell. It can be stronger than Goku's grade 4, etc., etc. So there's literally there's no inconsistency. There is no contradiction. All the guidebooks support it. Toriyama supports it. The animes, the movies, they all support it. Where is the contradiction? Where's the inconsistency? Where's the contradiction? There is none. I don't know why people still, the only thing that it does is just it bumps up everybody. Anyone who has these forms or mastery or training, it just makes them slightly stronger than we initially believed them to be. Otherwise, the story just functions like normal. So going back to my original video, even Toriyama, it literally explains it right here. What is the key to winning? No matter how much you train, there is a limit to your physical strength, and the only way to overcome it is through ki. I think Goku was able to approach the mightiest warrior in the universe through strengthening his ki. So in the Cell games, when people say, oh, well, Goku is stronger than Vegeta because he trained more, so that's why his base is stronger, but the Super Saiyan is just 50 times still. No, because Toriyama literally says there's a limit to how much stronger you can get physically, but you can become stronger through your ki. And I can even go back to my original video. I think Goku even says that in the same page. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where was it? Jeez. Come on. Let me just speed it up a bit. I think right here. You'd think I would be more prepared for this, but yeah. Oh, right here. Right, yeah. Maybe, but there's a point where stretching your body more is just torture, not training. I got nothing against you guys using the room. They're probably got still room to improve. You guys got room to improve, yeah. So even Goku's like, yeah, there's no point in stressing your body if you're just not really gaining any gains. So even in the same arc, oh well, Goku's base is just higher. No, his ki control is higher, not his base. I mean, maybe it is, but his base or his ki control is more important. That's the whole point. I don't know why people, like, guys, this is Dragon Ball we're talking about. Ki control has always been a priority throughout the entire franchise. Obviously, Goku eventually focused on his actual soul and mind and heart, but ki control at the end of the day was the top priority. So that's why I said such a spiritual power, you know, your physical courage, you know, your mind and right-mindedness. If Goku did not have that mastery, then Goku cannot master any of the forms he achieved. Remember when Goku was crying when Yajirobe slapped him in the back after using Kaioken times 4? If Goku did not have better ki control, he would never use Kaioken times 10 or times 20. He would die before he even had a chance to even use it for a second. That's why he said it right here. It's right here as well. I can increase the quality again. Super Saiyan beyond Super Saiyan. Yeah, he realizes there's power beyond even that. Maintain Super Saiyan at all times and become able to surpass the previous limit to his power, even as a Super Saiyan. Once again, this is the same guidebook I used in the Cell video. Acquire 10 times power. This was a little promo where it says Whis and Dragon Ball Super, where it's like he achieved Super Saiyan. So even in Super era, they acknowledge that yes, Goku's grade 4 is not 50 times. I don't know how many times I had to keep telling me people this, but yes, Super Saiyan grade 4, whatever you want to call it, Master Super Saiyan full power, whatever, is more than 50 times. You can still, because of ki control, obviously Goku can hold back. So you can say, you know, when he starts out, it's a 50 times multiplier. But if he wants to, he can go beyond that, beyond a 50 times. And then as, you know, people want to say, oh, well, maybe Toriyama was referencing Super Saiyan Blue or God or whatever. But no. The interviewer was literally asking him, he keeps getting stronger with Super Saiyan 3 in the manga. The Super Saiyan limitlessly gets stronger. The interviewer does never bring up Super Saiyan God or Blue. The Super Saiyan keep getting limitlessly stronger too. Might we eventually see Super Saiyan 5? And Toriyama just blatantly says, Super Saiyan 2 and 3 are nothing more but powered up variations of Super Saiyan. That's it. So After fighting with Beerus, Goku realized he can master his normal and Super Saiyan, his level, without sapping his strength. Now, obviously, Goku can still use it, but that doesn't mean that Grade 4 cannot reach that level. It's clearly shown that, yes, it is possible. So, the fact that since Cell Saga, Grade 4 can rival Grade 2, surely with just more mastery, Grade 4 can rival Super Saiyan 3 without, the key drainage. Hence why I compared that, because literally this is using concept. Trunks did not even know Super Saiyan 3 existed in the manga, yet his mastery just from training increased the multiplier of Super Saiyan 2 to that of Super Saiyan 3, a 4 times boost, which is what Vegeta says. Again, why would Vegeta just be wrong? Why would he just claim that for no reason? He could have just said, oh, he got strong and that's it. No, Vegeta said that for a reason. So I don't know why people think it's just a Grade 4 only, or this concept does not apply to anything else but Super Saiyan. No, it applies to every form imaginable. It applies to Super Saiyan 2. Even in the anime, Trunks gets Super Saiyan Rage, which is an enhanced version of Grade 1 or Super Saiyan 2. In the Super Broly movie, Broly had regular Super Saiyan with the yellow hair.
Guy version of
But then he immediately went into the green full power form, which is literally labeled in every source. Kale had the Berserk uncontrolled form, but then afterwards she got even stronger with the controlled form. So it's like, yes, it applies to every form imaginable. Even in Perfected Blue, people say, oh, it's just him using his full power. It's not an increase. Moron. If you read the manga, Goku was getting bullied. Blue Goku was getting bullied by Merge Zamasu in the manga. But then after he went Perfected Blue, he was throwing hands. And keep in mind, Merge Zamasu was being defeated by a Potara level fusion multiplier. So low-key, Goku got a Potara level multiplier just to even come close to even attacking Merge Zamasu. So no, it's not just, oh, it's just full power. You know what? It reminds me of the MUI arguments. People keep saying, oh, is Ultra Instinct just a instinct hacks? Is he actually getting multipliers? It's like, moron. Did you forget that Goku went blue Kaioken times 20 and kicked Jiren in the face, and all he did was a oof sound? And yeah, when he went Omen, he was able to attack him multiple times. He actually got hits in more than he did with Blue Kaioken times 20. So no, it's not just a dodge hacks. It's a dodge hacks and a multiplier increase. I don't know why people refuse to believe that Grade 4 cannot be a above 50 times multiplier. It's honestly stupid at this point. Because the reason why I even bring this up is because people want to give Goku, power-ups, increases, multipliers, like make him jump to, outer versal level. Well, here you go. I'm giving you ammo to prove why Goku is not just getting a mere 100 times multiplier. No, he's more like getting a 1 billion multiplier at this point. And I'm helping you prove that point because it increases his speed, his power, his durability, everything. I'm literally hyping your boy up. And y'all are like, that's inaccurate. That's invalid. That's not in the manga. That's not in the anime. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, that's why I get so annoyed that I don't get why people just refuse to believe Grade 4 can be more than a 50 times. And that's the thing. I never even make up my own headcanon multiplier. It doesn't even matter. It could be a billion, a trillion, a gazillion. It doesn't matter. The fact it could be more than 50 times. Again, I'll just show it right here on screen one more time. Right here. The Super Saiyan keep getting limitlessly stronger too. Super Saiyan 2 and 3 are nothing more than powered up versions of Super Saiyan 1. I.e. Grade 1, Grade 2, Grade 3, Grade 4, and Grade 5. So yes, I still don't know why people people think I'm talking out of my butt. I don't know why they think I'm talking through headcanon. Like, no, I'm using every source that imaginable, and it's pretty consistent. It's honestly annoying. Like, people think the continuity argument I say is wrong, even though I'm not talking out of my butt. I'm talking about grade 4. I'm using every source imaginable, and that's consistent. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, remember in Lord Slug, Goku finally used the sun to defeat Slug? Well, now he's using the entire universe, bro. Remember in the Namek Saga, Goku was asking a few planets instead of just one to defeat Namek or defeat Frieza? Now he's asking the entire universe, bro. That's insane. That's insane. Oh yeah, this joke right here.
Further speeding up the charging process. So I guess these things are universal level too? How in the world?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me. I have no idea. I don't get it. Because remember when Oob and Super, when they were trying to give Goku energy to be Moro, they're like, dang, we're at it. We don't have any more ki. We need more. And then Oob just puts his hands up and he just makes it super giant, like 10 times bigger. That's literally what these creatures did. These random serpents and a random water planet that Goku just so happened to save gave them more energy than probably the entire universe. Like, what? Huh? That's why I was like, excuse me? What? I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all figure that out yourselves. I don't know.
Overwhelmed by the...
And then Heroes, yeah. Again, this was a last minute find, but yeah, even Daizenshuu 5 that was promoting the game was like, yes, the Dark Planet's at the end of the universe to, you know, again, to confirm that my speed calc could be used, so whatever. Heroes is kind of bland, honestly. There's not much to really say. He just appears and then just gets defeated, but I don't know, I guess by association, he has, you know, those power-ups, the grudge form and stuff, so he can get stronger ironically. I want to correct something. We do see Hachiok damage, but again, it's off screen, so we don't know to what extent was the battle like. Maybe Ozawa was able to hold his own against Hachiok, or maybe it's caught off guard, but I don't know. There's not much to say. Yeah, Hachiok and his super form in the arcade fought Cooler and Trunks, which I kind of downplay in the grand scheme of things, but whatever. And then, yeah, him getting the Transcendent Dark Key power-up, but then he still loses to Jiren. I didn't translate it because it wasn't really that... He doesn't say much. He's like, hey, I won, and then that's it. So, but yeah, that's basically it. There's not much I needed to add. It's just that there were a few things where I'm like, bro, guys, come on. In the comment section, please. Please, bro. Y'all need to understand, man. Alright, so anyways, let me answer DJ's question. Wouldn't that mean Demigra might have an accessible speed in Xenoverse due to moving and a crack of time? Yes, because could it time manipulation resistance? Not really, because he was sealed in there, and it was specifically stated by Chronoa that it does not have, or it exists outside of time. So no, but also they can, at the very minimum, have to require an accessible speed, because if there is no time, they can't move, but they clearly can in the cutscenes and gameplay. So yeah. But also, now that you bring that up, reminder that in Xenoverse, actually, I'll bring it up right here. Let me just get it up real quick. Let me put back the music on. Let me get it real quick. Let me see if I can find it right here. Oh. All right, yeah, right here. All right, right here. Let me pause the music again. Sorry. All right, so this is the final battle of Xenoverse 1. Goku appears if I think if you take too long to beat Demigra by yourself, Goku appears. And then he instant transmissions, and look what he says in the dialogue. Oops. Hold on.
Hey, sorry to keep you waiting. That was too far. I was late because finding the power was really hard. What? You used instant transmission to get here? How? Time vault is safe, so don't worry. It was really hard work.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, legit. I cannot make that up. He literally used instant transmission to get into the crack of time that exists outside of time, bro. So, again, that little speed calc I said. Where did I put it? Yeah, this thing. So Goku literally traveled to a realm outside of time that exists outside of the timeness, which is already an infinite multiverse construct, and Goku still made it through. So the teleportation zone existing in a different space outside of time is low-key confirmed by Xenoverse 1. Because he, like, bro, it's literally... I don't know what to say. And actually, I can even get the video in here. Oops, sorry. Let me get my video, because I know I brought it up in one of my vids. I can show you real quick. Where'd it go? Yeah, right here. There you go. Put back the music on. Yeah, right here. Supreme Kai during the same game. It is an enclosed space that is separated from the dimension of time. The Migra is supposedly imprisoned there. So yes, I'm not kidding. The teleportation zone is low-key confirmed to exist outside of time, which is what the crack of time is, existing outside of time, and Goku's still teleported out of there. So, I'm just saying, but maybe immeasurable speed is not that inaccurate? I'm not sure what y'all had to say about that, but yeah, low-key kind of confirmed. I'm just saying. Alright. But yeah, that's basically the end of my, that's all I have to say for my video specifically. But yeah, again, I don't know what's people's deal with me, I don't know, being against the grade 4 scaling or the, continuity scaling, because, bro, there's way too much evidence. I get it. If you're trying to intentionally make a composite scaling good, go right ahead. But you can't just disregard the sources and act as if they don't exist. Because if you want to debunk them, then debunk them. Don't just be like, oh, I'ma just ignore that. Like, come on. I don't get it. I don't know. But I hope that answered your question, in case you wanted to know my perspective on that. I'll be right back, guys, real quick. Sorry. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I don't know. What are y'all thoughts? Because, like, am I crazy? Like, am I stupid? Am I missing something? That's what I want to know. What am I missing? What is the arguments that I'm not understanding or missing or misconstruing? Like, I genuinely want to know, what am I not understanding? What am I not getting at when it comes to grade form scaling or the continuity? Because I don't get it. Because I feel like I acknowledge every argument, but I can still justify my position regardless. Like, I just don't get it. I don't know. It's so dumb, honestly.
Versus
Alright. Well, anyways, on to the next video that I want to react. I want to support the boy Chuck and react to his videos because I'm actually curious. Because I haven't watched them yet, but I usually do. But I thought, why not? If I'm going to react to my videos, I'll react to his newest batch of vids. Could Saitama defeat Perfect Cell? I'm gonna add my own commentary on top of this. Let's see. So I think I already answered this during one of his online streams, but my prediction is yes, if you really overhype him, but consistently no, because I want to say speed-wise, Cell definitely has it. Like, oh my gosh, bro is gonna get speed blitz. I don't really see, I mean, at least consistently wise, speed, like mid-ball scaling, consistently, Cell is going to speed blitz him. And then power-wise, he might be up there. I think he might have just enough power to be relative enough to beat him. Now, whether he's strong enough to completely erase him, like bypass his regeneration, I don't know. But he's definitely up there. And if we're going like mega hype scaling, then yeah, he can definitely win. But if you also apply that to Cell, he might lose, so. But I'm curious what the boy Chuck has to say.
Let's say that One Punch Man characters coexisted in the world of Dragon Ball, and that during the iconic Cell Games tournament, Saitama decided to join the fray because he thought there were going to be cool looking moves, or maybe he would join in because he thought Cell was just another monster he had to take care of. After Goku inevitably loses in their very insane battle, which had him launching an instant Kamehameha right in Cell's face, he decides that it's time to call in his son, Gohan, who after solidly beating Cell's ass, decides to cheese his way to victory by blowing himself up, which kills Goku.
Is the video kind of buffering for y'all? If so, then my bad. I wish I can do something about it, but I don't know. That's fine. I can still react to it either way. I'll still give my thoughts about it.
Kinkai in the process. Unfortunately for the heroes, Cell not only survived his own self-destruction, but he becomes far stronger than ever before. Luckily, right before the wounded Gohan was forced to fire his strongest Kamehameha that he could muster just yet, the Caped Baldy steps up to the challenge, who didn't arrive sooner because he had to pick up some groceries during a sale. So, would this mofo be able to defeat the spotted android who Akira Toriyama dreaded to draw due to his insane detail? Or would Cell be able to come out on top and carry on his plan for the annihilation of the entire solar system and beyond? Find out as I go over feats, scaling statements, and the like to see what would occur. We'll begin with Super Perfect Cell, who is at the very least solar system level in attack potency and durability, due to it being confirmed by numerous sources like the official Toei episode guide, the manga, the anime, the El Manga Legendario guidebook, and the History of Trunks TV film guide. You could even argue that his solar Kamehameha is right up there in the multi-solar system ranges, since the Daizenshu infers that the solar system is an insanely large nebula, which is full of innumerable stars.
Okay,
so... And it's somewhat consistent depending on how you interpret a visual from the Dragon Ball Z anime, in which the explosion of the planet Namek seems to shine so brightly that it can be seen from outside the galaxy. This is not mentioning all of the insane boosts that the characters get during the training for the androids, or even a fatigued, hard virus-inflicted Super Saiyan Goku
So-
was in another dimension from the level of power showcased by Goku shortly after arriving from Yardrat, or future Trunks who could slice apart Mecha Frieza, who could muster up 10 times the power he used to destroy Namek, the same attack which even from a Frieza who stated that he was holding
Yeah.
back, was
Yeah.
able to shine through a galaxy.
Yeah.
Although this is highball territory, one can argue that Cell is well past multi-solar system level, and is in the galactic ranges, or universal ones even, depending on how you interpret the numerous statements in the anime and the manga that infer that he can lay waste to the cosmos. In terms of speed, he is...
Okay, yeah, okay, that's a good place to pause. So, yeah, I definitely agree with obviously what was stated, because I literally use this in my own videos. Yeah, the entire universe could be destroyed, not just Earth. Yeah, that could be destroyed. I can't remember where this was labeled at, but yes. Yeah, and as Chuck said, Frieza was also stated by King Kai twice to be capable of destroying the universe. And then, yeah, Frieza holding back, like he was not even at 100%, and intentionally holding back because Goku called him out. It's like, oh, nah, you were not bluffing, but lying through your teeth, basically. You were just making an excuse to actually fight him without, you know, spelling it out for him. So, yeah, and the fact that he still did that, you know, explosion that literally shined across the entire galaxy, which, keep in mind, people downplay this calc by assuming, you know, for the sake of simplicity, assuming that this galaxy is the size of the Milky Way, our galaxy. But if we really mega hype this calc, this can be even bigger, because we can even apply the biggest known galaxy to this galaxy. Because we literally, now granted we don't, you know, we can't prove that it must be the case, but because we can even assume that might be possible is the crazy part. But one thing I wanted to call out, what was it? Not this one. Yeah, right here. Yeah, so I actually did get this as well, but Herms apparently explains that now I did also counter my own argument, but it's basically how did he say it? Where is it? The nebula containing countless stars and galaxy containing nebulae. Yeah. So I don't think this was the specific one, but basically, yeah, it's true that within a nebulae there is countless stars, and then within a galaxy there's countless nebulae. However, a solar system is right here. The Earth belongs to the solar system, a galactic nebulae at the edge of the North Galaxy. So it's not saying a solar system is the galactic nebulae, but a solar system residing within the galactic nebulae. It's hard for me to word that, but if you want a example of what it's trying to say, is like saying the Earth belongs in a city, a state existing within a country. That's kind of what it's basically saying, because I know that's what he specifically Hearns called out specifically, that no, the galactic nebulae or the solar system is not the actual galactic nebulae, it's just within one. So, but even then, I also included this in my own videos where there are other solar systems, like the closest one, the Proxima Centauri. It too has like multiple stars, and I think even in the last one, what was it, the Android 21 video, there are solar systems that have like six stars within a single solar system. So even if because keep in mind, we're just using averages, right? So just because there's only one star in our solar system does not imply that Cell cannot destroy a solar system that has multiple stars. So I wanted to make that clarification for Chuck's video. So it supports his other highball scaling for the universe and stuff. But if we're only going by the solar system placement for Cell, you can still kind of imply Cell as beyond solar system. It's just that I wanted to be specific with the nebulae wording in particular.
In terms of speed,
Yeah.
he is easily, massively, and disgustingly much faster than the speed of light.
Yep.
Since even far inferior characters like Raditz was able to dodge Piccolo's special beam cannon, which should scale to the speed of his other Ki Blast, which were able to destroy the moon within a few seconds, making the feat relativistic at least. There's even higher metrics of speed, since King Kai, who was able to react to Goku's spaceship, which can travel multi-galactic distances in just 6 days, was unable to keep track of Goku and Frieza's battle on Namek.
Yep.
Base Goku at the start of his battle with Frieza with a power level of 3 million is over 3,000 times stronger and faster than Raditz fights Saiyan Saga Goku, who had a power level of 924 with his Kamehameha. Multiply that by 50 times for the official Super Saiyan Grade 1 multiplier, and he'd be over 160,000 times faster than Light, at least, and we said that Raditz Saga Goku was at least light speed, due to his younger self being able to dodge lasers and keep up with Piccolo, who could have fodderized multiple Moonbusters. And this is going by the assumption that the later Super Saiyan Grade multipliers are linear and not exponential.
Yeah. I just made a huge rant about that, so yeah, we don't need to go over that again.
Super Saiyan Grade 3 in El Manga Legendario is said to be 10 times superior to that of the previous forms.
Like I said.
And if Super Saiyan Grade 4 is beyond that, it's fair to say that Goku would be millions if not billions of times faster than Light at this point. If Cell was able to beat him prior to his super perfect state, then he would scale from that as well. He'd also automatically be massively faster than Light if he can threaten to wipe out the entire universe, even if it isn't in one shot. You could even argue that he has infinite speeds if you think that he scales in any magnitude to base Afterlife Saga Goku, who crossed from the Grand Kai's planet to Hell, which is several universal distances away, with one universe already being infinite in size. He has a menagerie of abilities such as
again, many people downplayed this. Where did you just put it? Yeah, many people downplayed the little spaceship feat because it's literally disgustingly insane how fast Goku needs to be.
Speed, since King Kai, who was able to...
Yeah, it's disgusting how, like, bro, imagine this. Even if we argue that it's not even infinite and only, like, the observable universe, that ship, which was literally stated to be on the other side of the universe or not even in King Kai's jurisdiction, would still imply that King Kai or Goku had to travel half of the observable universe, give or take. And the fact that that ship can travel that entire distance in 6 days, which is just about the same distance as I brought up for my Hachiyok video, will low-key imply pre-100 times gravity Goku, because this was Goku before he even finished his training. Pre-100 times gravity Goku is already trillions to quadrillions of times faster than light. That's how disgusting this speed feat is, because he literally dodged meteors and even reacted to traveling to the sun and even was able to push back away from the sun with his Kamehameha. So yeah, 160,000 times FTL is still unironically a low ball calc. Because even my videos, when I try to severely downplay it for those contrarians, it was still roughly like, what was it, 200 times, 100 plus times FTL. So yes, Goku and Cell are just disgustingly, stupidly fast. And it's even worse with that heaven to... or Otherworld to Hell speed feat, because, oh my gosh, that would only just justify his quadrillions of times FTL speed. Like, it's stupid. It's stupidly broken how fast they are by this point of the series.
He'd also automatically be max skills in any Mal, which is pretty much everyone can do.
Yeah.
The piercing and deadly special beam cannon, the majestic Big Bang attack, the tricky solar flare, and the ace, the instant transmission. And if we want to get spicy within the video games, he's been able to use the spirit bomb. He's also able to sprout multiple little doppelgangers called Cell Juniors, which are confirmed by the Daizenshu as being nearly as strong as his perfect self, who was already more than a match for Mastered Super Saiyan Goku, and are well above multiple Starbusters like Vegeta, Piccolo, and Trunks. And now, what do we know about Saitama?
Yeah, and the Cell Juniors, there were other like a few other sources that downplay them to only say they're as strong as Super Saiyan Vegeta and Trunks, but there are other sources that just blatantly confirm they are as strong as their dad. Maybe they're less durable or less smarter than him, but otherwise they are as strong as Cell. So the fact that Cell can, and the anime worse, he can make multi-forms that are equal to his strength and then make baby clones of himself would just mean that Saitama has to like not 1v1 but more like 1v10 an entire Cell army basically.
Saitama. Well, even early on, he was able to defeat Boros and curb stomp his collapsing star roaring cannon attack with a mighty punch, which is confirmed by the manga as being able to wipe out the planet's surface, making Boros at least multi-continental. But he can be argued planetary levels, if not star levels, being that it's stated that he can destroy them in the anime and the One Punch Man Compass guidebook.
Yeah.
Then, after the heroes defeat most of the monsters and seemingly complete their mission in an arc that will be showcased in the later seasons, Cosmic Garo sets his mind to kill Saitama's apprentice, Genos. The One Punch Man then decides to take the fight seriously and enacts his resolve to defeat the martial arts aficionado without killing him. And with a serious punch collision, him and Garo are able to obliterate multiple solar systems, if not even entire galaxies. He also sneezes much of the gas from Jupiter away, a planet that's 1,300 times larger than the Earth. Saitama even goes as far as withstanding a barrage of Garo's combined techniques several times. And that's not even mentioning that Saitama's power started growing exponentially as he kept fighting Garo, eventually overwhelming him in the end to the point he decided to send him back in time to end the battle before it even began, to save everyone he had affected with his massive radiation output and power that was outright called a gamma ray burst, which can have the energy of hundreds to thousands of supernovas. Since Saitama was able to fight Garo,
which I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure even the Versus Battle Wiki had a specific calc for that, or like a calculation that you can use, but I'm pretty sure even the most averages are still nonetheless like large star level. So since Garo is literally manipulating the very universe itself and can recreate supernovas like they're nothing, then yeah, he's very likely within that super like solar system level tier, especially as he gets stronger since that attack happened.
When collide with him across multiple planets, he should be massively faster than light, especially since even far inferior characters like Flashy Flash can move at light speeds and the Atomic Samurai can slice apart lasers. So in the grand scope of things, who would be able to beat the other? I think that it depends on how seriously both characters are taking the battle and how high you interpret their power. Cell is at least a solar system buster going by consistency, which Saitama should be able to easily defeat, since Saitama is multi-solar system level to multi-galactic levels. But Cell can arguably be in the galactic and universal levels if you want to accept the upscaling that we can do from the Namek explosion and the statements in the anime and the manga. I think that with max interpretation, Cell should be far faster, is far more skilled, has more range, and has more versatility due to his regeneration, and if things were to really get dicey, he could just out some Cell Juniors or use his clones to buy him some time, or give him an opening on Saitama. But if Cell dicks around too much, then Saitama will eventually overwhelm him, catch up to what was formerly his speed advantage, and land serious punches which would blow Cell apart far better than how Goku's Kamehameha did to him earlier. Saitama, however, would have to ensure that he destroys Cell entirely, because if he doesn't and he allows Cell to regenerate, then he risks Cell getting a large Zenkai boost, which could give him a clear advantage in the battle and allow him to possibly get a critical hit on the One Punch Man. Saitama will certainly be a formidable opponent, especially if he is bloodlusted, but Cell's key attacks, Cell Juniors, and higher IQ and battle IQ should give him enough of an advantage to clear this difficult obstacle.
Pretty much.
I can totally see Cell tricking Saitama with a Cell Junior or a clone while he charges his Kamehameha elsewhere and suddenly uses instant transmission to blast a Cape Baldi right in the face. There is some higher end scaling we could do for Saitama if we want to say that he was matching an overwhelming Garo, who had a smidgen of God's fourth dimensional power. As is confirmed by Blast that God resides in a higher dimension, which ignores distance, energy, or size. If so, the battle will certainly be closer prior to any power growth if you want to say that Saitama is universal, even if we upscale Cell with the anime wank. But yeah, that's how I think the battle will go down. An average consistent Cell would get casually one-shot by Saitama without breaking a sweat, reacting with a casual okay, even as Cell proceeds to charge up his solar Kamehameha. While in anime, Cell would prove to be a difficult opponent and likely overtake our caped hero if the perfect green life form takes the battle seriously. But yeah, please let me know who you think wins, and thanks for watching. Peace out.
Awesome. Yeah, keep in mind, manga Cell is at least solar system, whereas anime Cell is low-key a galaxy buster to maybe even a universal buster. In what world is that considered that relative, bro? That jump, that power cliffing is insane, bro. Like, what the heck? That's like trying to compare a wall level character to a mountain level character. Like, bruh. Like, yeah, can you... Oh, yeah, you can survive a grenade? Yeah, I can survive the entire nuclear arsenal that humanity has to offer. You know, it's like, bruh, that's not gonna be... But yeah, I was basically pretty on the mark with the matchup. I'm also I was gonna say another thing he could have brought up was as a win con potentially was the absorption, because Cell can absorb energy from people, like what Cell did to Piccolo's arm, and he even technically did that to Goku and GT. Oh, it didn't fail, but if he maybe weakens Saitama long enough, you can possibly absorb him completely, or you can even just like pierce him and then absorb his life energy and then just kind of nerf him. Now, maybe Saitama is too durable for that. I don't know, but that technically is a win con if possible. I don't know. Anyways, next video, last one, I guess. I might do another one, but who knows? Wasn't the name explosion calc to be multi-cell? Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, I already forgot. I think. Oh, I already forgot. I think the one I did specifically for my video, or the calc I referenced, was specifically solar system level, but that's why I brought up the galaxy itself, because the calc was assuming the galaxy was about the size of the Milky Way galaxy, but if you upscale the galaxy to be, you know, the biggest known galaxy we've known to man, then it could upscale him to like multi-galaxy or just galaxy level, if I recall correctly. I can't remember the specific calcs, but yeah, it literally just depends on how you actually calc the size of the galaxy and the actual size of the planet, because naturally the bigger the galaxy is, the bigger that explosion needs to be that size, and naturally the more destructive it's going to be. So it definitely can reach that level if calcs specifically. Oh yeah, and it's even worse because it's like, if that was 100%, no, if that was done by a 50% Frieza, you then get 100% Frieza, you then get Mecha Frieza with its 10 times Supernova, and then you have Yardrat Goku Super Saiyan, plus 3 years of training, then the level Vegeta was at, because he was slightly stronger than Super Saiyan Goku with 3 years of training. Then you have Piccolo, who's equal to 17 with his Kami fusion. And then you have Vegeta's grade 2 scaling. And then you have grade 4 Goku scaling. And then finally you have Perfect Cell at his full power. And then his super form. Like, oh my gosh. So yeah, if peak scaling Frieza with that explosion is like multi-galaxy level or whatever, and then with his universal statements, and then you upscale him to super perfect Cell, yeah, him being universal is probably low-key accurate. But anyways, on to the next video. What was it? Could movie Superman defeat movie Thor? This one I'm actually not certain, because I think speed feat wise Superman has it better going, but AP wise I don't know. I want to say movie Thor has it going, but I'm not entirely sure. So I want to say my money is going to movie Superman. But that's only because I kind of know a little bit more regarding movie Thor, because I have watched the MCUs, but the DCEU, not really. So I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. That's basically what I was talking about regarding the Great Force scaling. It's ludicrously high. Maybe not during the Cell game specifically, definitely higher by the time it's, Battle of Gods, Super Era, but even within the Cell era, that's still pretty high. But yeah, my money, I don't know. I want to say movie Superman just because I'm assuming there's going to be some crazy lore regarding the DC era or DC movies, but I know Thor is definitely strong in the movie universe. It's just that I'm assuming Superman has some crazy lore scaling, but I'm about to find out.
Thor vs. Superman is arguably one of the most discussed battles across debating forums in history, right up there with Goku vs. Superman or Naruto vs. Ichigo.
Yeah.
Although it's a lot more complicated when it comes to the comic book iterations, due to the MCU and the DCEU having far less source material to go off of, it certainly makes this discussion simpler than most.
Yeah.
So, let's...
And also, I'm definitely not going to act I'm an expert at comic books. I've never grew up with comic books. I never really had much exposure to it. In fact, even where I live, there's not many comic books that are close to me, or like, I don't think they even really sell that many good comic books to begin with. So, unfortunately, I just never grew up with comic books specifically. Obviously, I grew up with other things comic related, like the animated series, movies, etc., the games. But comics specifically, I just have no knowledge on, so I had to go by what they had to say. They have better knowledge and awareness than I do, so I'm not going to act like I know who wins objectively, but at least I can acknowledge, my limitations regarding MCU or DC scaling.
Say that the Asgardian warrior prince, Thor Odin's son, found himself facing off against the Man of Steel, the Man of Tomorrow, the Enforcer of Justice, Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Who is stronger, who is faster, and who is generally the better fighter? I decided to go over feats, scaling, statements, and the like to determine which superpowered god amongst mortals would come out on top. First, we need to cover the power of Thor, who has been through grand multitudes of battles and has protected the Earth from godly, extraterrestrial, and extra overpowered threats multiple times.
Oh yeah.
Even in the first film, he casually scales above the Casket of Winners, which has enough potential energy to freeze the entire planet, which should yield at least multi-continental ranges of attack potency and durability for Thor, since Mjolnir, which helps him channel his power, is stated as having no equal by Odin, which would put it above such a powerful artifact.
Yep.
To showcase how destructive his hammer can really be, he was able to destroy a large section of Jotunheim, which has been said by VFX staff as being 100 times as large as the Grand Canyon.
What?
Which, for reference, is 1,900 square miles.
Oh my gosh.
Meaning that he destroyed an area of 190,000 square miles, which is as large as medium-sized countries.
Dang.
Thor also manages to defeat and react to the Asgard.
Yeah, in my mind, as far as I know that Thor should, at minimum, be around that multi-continental to like planetary scaling for the MCU. I don't know much about him having like star level or like universal feats as far as I can remember. I know that technically through the What If animated series, when he's buffed or amped up by that other Doctor Strange, he technically has, multiversal type of scaling, but the OG version, that's where I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, that seems about right at the moment.
Destroyer, who can fire lasers according to the VFX staff, inferring that Thor can react to relativistic and light speeds even pre-awakening.
Cool.
Thor, by the time of the Dark World, manages...
Well, I mean, he is the god of lightning, so I would think he has at least lightning tier speed. I'm hoping that is the case. That'd be stupid if that wasn't the case.
To shatter the ether, aka the Reality Stone, which for comparison, even the Hadron Enforcer, which is confirmed in guidebooks to being able to shatter moons, was unable to shatter or affect the Power Stone,
really?
Which should be of comparable stature to the other stones.
That's actually cool.
Thor also manages to outspeed the edge of a black hole that was threatening to suck in his brother, with it being confirmed in guidebooks to it being a literal black hole. Within Avengers Age of Ultron, he showcases how mighty his hammer truly is once more, when alongside Tony Stark, he shatters Sokovia, which when dropped from a massive altitude would have created a mass extinction level event,
Dang.
further proving that at the very least, he can destroy and affect countries at this point. By the time Thor Ragnarok rolls around, and with the help of some wise words from his father, Thor obtains a massive power-up after realizing that the Mjolnir was never the source of his power, but a way to concentrate it. After resolving this mental block, he becomes strong enough to defeat the Grandmaster's champion Hulk, who, going by how time works there, must have been there for a long ass time, since he was there for the equivalent of 2 Earth years, which is pretty crazy, since Loki, who was thrown out of the Bifrost about 10 or so seconds before Thor, was already on Sakaar for several weeks. Once he makes it back to Asgard, Thor manages to withstand multiple attacks from Hela and keeps up with her, which even in a weaker state could shatter the multi-continental to planetary Mjolnir, and can throw daggers faster than the massively faster than light Bifrost that can reach Asgard from the Earth in mere moments, which is several galaxies away. Hela also straight up caught up to the Bifrost as well, if you want to take it at its highest interpretation. And although he was not as strong as her, he was able to hinder her momentarily.
Yeah,
Putting up any fight against Hela is impressive, since she considered the Casket of Wonders weak and said the Tesseract was not bad in comparison to her. Which
I will say, hold on. I will say that this moment has also been brought to my attention. I don't know. Gets to Thor faster than the beam can take him all the way to Asgard. I mean, that's true. It's just that it's still kind of a weird argument where it's like, oh, well, it's like, imagine you're fighting someone on a moving train and then you throw something at them and you react to them. Are we technically reacting to something as fast as the train, or is it just, you know, from their positioning that's technically the impressive part? So that's why it's kind of weird. I don't know how that really works, to be exact, but I guess maybe. It's still kind of a weird argumentation, but yeah, sure. He still has beyond light speed regardless, so I wouldn't consider this as part of it, but sure.
Putting up any fight against Hela is impressive, since she considered the Casket of Wonders weak and said the Tesseract was not bad in comparison to her, which has life-wiping if not planetary levels of power, as confirmed by the first Avengers film.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
This planetary range of power is consistent, since Odin has been stated in the Art of Thor as having earth-shattering power.
Oh dang,
Within Infinity
that's
War,
actually cool.
he performs many insane feats and shows up for sure. Remember the Hadron Enforcer that can shatter moons and the planet core destabilizing bombs that Rocket Raccoon could make in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? Well, the legendary Stormbreaker is said to be even more powerful than pretty much everything like that, and in order to forge it, Thor had to not only move the Nidavellir rings, which is confirmed by VFX artists as being the size of a small moon, but he also manages to withstand the full concentrated power of a neutron star for a few minutes, which is absolutely insane due to how much pressure and power there is from one. With a neutron star having very high surface gravity, with typical values ranging from 10 to the 12th to 10 to the 13th meters per square second, which is more than 10 to the 11 times that of the Earth, and these stars also have a mass equivalent to 2.5 times that of our sun. And to curb any doubt that he did not actually withstand the full power of one, it is stated by VFX staff that the Space Forge itself is a Dyson sphere, which is a hypothetical superstructure that is meant to absorb and focus the star's energy. Even our sun alone can produce multi-continental wiping levels of power every second. Let alone the energy levels from enduring the concentrated power of a neutron star for several minutes. It's also insane to think that Thor wasn't even at peak strength when he performed this feat, since he had literally just endured an ass beating from Thanos and an explosion from the Power Stone earlier. With this super weapon of mass destruction, he manages to seemingly overpower Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet attack, which even as an absolute lowball, should be in the Planet Plus ranges, given that the Power Stone by itself can already threaten to destroy planets, even with a scrub lord like Ronan using it, let alone it being used by someone as strong as Thanos. However, it was later revealed that Thanos didn't know how to properly use the Gauntlet's power, and that the legendary item was essentially hard countered by the Stormbreaker, as revealed by the screenwriters. So he doesn't scale to the full might of the Infinity Gauntlet, but it's fair to say that he can match the output of what individual stones have been shown capable of to an extent. In Endgame, he becomes even stronger despite being at the most difficult time of his life, A common misconception is that Infinity War Thor was superior, but no, with it being confirmed by the Russo brothers
it's so
that he was
weird.
stronger than ever before by the end of Endgame. Sure, he is definitely not as fit, but he channeled his resolve and was confident in the battle, especially when he realized that he was still worthy.
Yeah.
Although ultimately outmatched by Thanos, he was still able to keep up with him and was even able to react to one of his blade throws, which managed to blitz a Captain Marvel going at full speed, going by the official script. With Captain Marvel being able to travel at massively faster than light speeds when she saved Tony Stark and Nebula, who were 1,000 light years away from the Earth and had about a day of oxygen left.
Oh, that was confirmed. Oh, dang. 1,000 years. Oh my. Yeah. As a reminder, and as included in my Hachiog video, a light hour is roughly the distance the sun is, or the distance between the Earth and, or the Jupiter and sun, and that's a light hour. So a light year is even bigger than that. It's like, bruh. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's gonna be heck fast. I mean, even the Bulma spaceship feat from Earth to Jupiter was like roughly 30 to 50 times FTL. So now increase that to another good old 1,000 light years. Yeah, that's gonna be really fast. Like, jeez.
We can certainly argue that alternate versions of heroes don't necessarily scale to each other, but we did see that Thor in What If, who doesn't have Stormbreaker and is likely not as experienced as the main MCU Thor, since he was likely not fighting as much, since in his universe, there was peace between Asgard and the other realms.
Yeah.
Being able to keep up with Captain Marvel's photon blasts, which are, well, photons, and this is confirmed as well by the BFX staff, straight up calling them bolts of light.
Yeah.
So it's not unreasonable for Thor to be faster than light, if not several times faster than that at this point.
Yep.
It's also worth noting that he's comparable to, if not superior to, characters like the Spider-Man, who have consistently reacted to an amped Electro's range attacks, with him being confirmed to be electricity, which travels up to near light speeds as electromagnetic waves in a wire.
Yeah.
Thor should be at least massively hypersonic due to him scaling to Spider-Man, who also dodged meteors during Infinity War's battle on Titan, and due to him using, well, lightning. He'd also scale somewhat to Thanos, who has reacted to Carol's photon blast, even in a weakened state, and also reacted to Iron Man's repulsors multiple times, which are said to channel light energy.
Oh, dang.
After joining the Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor trains and becomes even stronger than ever before, and reaches a new peak, with it being confirmed by Chris Hemsworth himself. He manages to further showcase relativistic to FTL speeds, if you want to think that he dodged lasers at the very start of the film, which they very likely are, since even repulsor tech on Earth are said to channel light energy. And once the Asgardian God of Thunder makes it to Omnipotent City, he was able to blitz Zeus with his own Thunderbolt, with Zeus being considered the strongest god at the time, putting him well above Egyptian gods like Khonshu, who in the Moon Knight series was able to alter the stars. He was also able to clash with Gore, who was even stronger than Hela as confirmed by the director, and who Thor believed that they would need an army of the strongest gods to defeat him. This stellar scaling for the gods is consistent, since Odin was able to turn Frigga, his wife, into several stars in the film and in the comic.
Wait,
you
what?
can also argue that this is simply spatial manipulation or simply a creation feat, but creation feats and destruction feats go hand in hand.
Yeah, they definitely go hand in hand.
Plus, if other characters already have planetary and much higher levels of power, it wouldn't be unreasonable for the next step up to be at this range, especially when you consider the fact that the next echelon, the Celestials, are able to create galaxies.
Yes.
We've also seen Captain Marvel reignite a star, who Thor is comparable to, if not stronger than, depending on how strong you think he got in Thor 4 in comparison to her in the Marvels and the Disney Plus series. Regardless, it's pretty safe to say that Thor more than likely reaches Planetary Plus to multiplanetary levels, arguably stellar levels of attack potency and durability, especially if you think that with all of these power-ups he got that he surpasses Father. And that is just with his raw power alone. That is not to mention that with the Bifrost Beam, he can destroy multiple continents if not an entire planet, since Loki had planned to use it to destroy Jotunheim. As for Superman, he's at the very least country level, since he's been able to move a tectonic plate in order to prevent an earthquake that was described as being devastating, with magnitude 6 and magnitude 7 earthquakes being able to release enough energy to level cities easily. He's more than likely multi-continental to multi-planetary ranges of power, due to him being able to effortlessly bully Steppenwolf, who according to Zack Snyder, shattered a moon in his battle with the real Doomsday,
Yeah, that
which
I
is even
definitely
more
remember.
impressive due to Krypton's intense gravity, which is greater than that of the Earth's, which is also thanks to it being in range of Rao, a red dwarf star, with 5 times the size of our sun. With our sun already being able to exert surface gravity levels of 274 meters per second squared,
Oh,
or
jeez.
28 times that of the Earth, meaning that Rao
Jeez.
exerts even far superior levels. Superman would also scale from being able to separate the mother boxes alongside Cyborg, with one mother box already being far superior to the Kryptonian world engine, which can already terraform entire planets, although this does take time.
I totally forgot about
This
that, yeah.
planetary to multiplanetary range is consistent, since Bruce Wayne implied that one would have to be stronger than a planet to resist and separate the mother boxes, and that it would
Stronger than a
require that much
Bruh, that goes hard. So what if you were stronger than a planet? Bruh. I like how they just say it so like nonchalant. It's like, oh, well, what if you can do it though?
energy to resurrect Superman's dead body, which means that even his corpse alone already requires planetary levels to revive it. Although it's worth noting that the separation feat did take a good amount of effort on
Yes.
Superman's part. He would also likely scale above the Blue Beetle Scarab, which was able to effortlessly shatter a planet on its way to the Earth. A level of power which is confirmed in a DC Nation interview. Although Blue Beetle is part of the new level of power, which
So can you tell us a little more on Scarab's technology made by colonizing an alien race that was sent throughout the cosmos to land in different places and attached to its host to dominate before exploding and obliterating. Oh, obliterating the planet. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty confirmed right
is
there.
confirmed in a DC Nation interview.
Sheesh.
Although Blue Beetle is part of the new DC Universe reboot, he seems to also be part of the Snyderverse, since there's references in the movie, and the director, Angel Manuel Soto, even confirms that they are references to Man of Steel. In terms of speed, he's at least relativistic since he's been able to outspeed the Phantom Drive, which is confirmed akin to a black hole or singularity. And he's also been able to blitz most of the Justice League, including Cyborg, who can perceive events in nanoseconds, which for the record is such an insanely small unit of time that even as fast as light is, it can only travel 1 foot during that time frame according to MIT.
Dang.
Cyborg can also react to his heat vision, which is stated in the Batman vs Superman art book as
The
being
beam of
light.
light. Yeah.
Wonder Woman also got Blitz, who was also able to react to Doomsday's heat vision, which should have similar speeds to Superman's own. Going by Cyborg's own perception speed, you can definitely argue for light and massively faster than light
Yes.
speeds and combat speed and perception time for Superman. And for the record, it is confirmed in art books that his flight speed is equal to his reflexes.
Oh,
His
that's good.
speed is also insane enough to keep up with the Flash's own as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's also equipped with a Frost Breath, which managed to help him effortlessly destroy Steppenwolf's axe. So generally,
He just
who would be
bopped
able
that
to
thing.
win this battle? I think that in the grand scope of things, Thor is certainly stronger, more durable, more experienced, and more skilled, while Superman is around as fast, if not faster, than him, even with the conservative arguments. Thor's win con is to land a critical hit with his Stormbreaker, which could even cut through Thanos' head, and try to stun Superman with his lightning.
Yeah.
Even if he gets disarmed, he should be able to get the best of Superman due to his skill allowing him to outmaneuver several trained SHIELD agents with ease when he was powerless. Indeed, Thor does have arguments for having light speed reaction times and beyond, but it is more contentious in comparison to Superman's own feats, who has more solid light speed scaling. And there's also weird downplay you can do with Thor being blitzed by Quicksilver, despite
Right.
being unable to
Yeah.
react to bullets twice.
Yeah.
But it is worth noting that the same Quicksilver was also able to react to Mjolnir, which quickly traveled from outside the Earth's atmosphere and back, and allowed Jane Foster to travel and search around the Earth twice, which would require massively hypersonic speeds at the very least, and higher depending on the time frame. Regardless, I think that at the very least, they should both have comparable speeds, but if I had to pick one, I'd give the clear edge to Superman. Although Thor does have superior attack potency and durability, the gap between them isn't so huge that Superman wouldn't be able to hurt him or at least wear him down eventually with his speed and the heat vision spam in combination with his frost breath. Otherwise, I believe that Thor would win with very high difficulty more times than not.
Right.
There's also an interesting multiplier you could grant Thor based on how many attacks it took him to destroy a section of the Rainbow Bridge. In Thor 1, pre-awakening, it takes him about 10 hits to break it, while in Thor Ragnarok, it only takes him 1. However, there is a very clear win con for Superman, and that is scaling him from the original Justice League storyboard, who was able to push Darkseid back, a threat to the multiverse that had conquered hundreds of thousands of worlds, to the point that he had to find Lois and kill her. Superman, while under the control of Darkseid, was also able to wipe the floor with the Justice League and force the Flash to travel back in time just to survive, which can be argued as being immeasurable speeds. If so, he would definitely blitz and defeat Thor with ease if he scales in adding magnitude to those levels of speed, which at the very least should make him massively faster than light. These speeds are very likely, especially when you consider that General Zod, who Superman clearly kept up with, was able to react to another Barry within the Flash movie numerous times. If the Kryptonians scale in any magnitude to a percentage of the Speed Force, it should grant Superman a very clear speed advantage in any case.
I was gonna say way too much of a speed
advantage. Please let me know who you think wins, and thanks for watching. Peace out.
Alright, awesome. Yeah, so that was, again, I don't know too much about the movies, but yeah, that was pretty accurate to what I was also saying too. I was also thinking that maybe Superman has the speed advantage but not the power advantage, but then I was trying to ask myself, well, then who wins at that point? Does Superman win just because he's faster, or does he have other ways to win besides speed? So yeah, it definitely didn't look like it was going to be a very one-sided match. It definitely was a close end match, so that's awesome to know that they are pretty OP. Yeah. And also, I feel like the what ifs Thor is like the closest example of what people want me to say regarding Dragon Ball's movie scaling, where it's like, oh well, it's clearly the same Goku, so they must scale to one another. But I feel like the what if Marvel is more blatant with it referencing actual movie events, whereas the Dragon Ball movies are less congruent with the anime and stuff. So that's why I still am like, nah, but whatever. But yeah, that was an awesome watch. I definitely, you know what? Hold on, let me. There you go, cool. All right, awesome. That was a great watch. Is there someone else I can watch? I feel like I can watch someone else. Maybe one more video. Just one more video. To give a shout out to the boys or something. I don't know who I should watch though. Especially, I don't want them to be the rack to one that's too long. Alright, anyways, let me keep IP1 Thor being universal, if I recall. Universal statement are in Thor. Really? A universal Thor? That's interesting. I mean, I know that there are certain characters that could scale to that level. I just don't know how accurate some of those things are, so that's why I'm just like, I don't know. Goku is stronger than Ultra Gohan and Wrath of Dragon. Yeah, that, oh my gosh, I really underestimated or underplayed the Dragon Fist lore, like, oh my gosh. But yeah, but that was still pretty fun. I'm kind of nervous as to what the heck I'm going to do for my next video, bro. Because, I don't think it's going to be popping up as much as I wanted to, but whatever. I think I just hate the fact that it just takes too long. Like, I really wish I could make these videos, like, really quickly, like, in 2 weeks or something. But, man, even when I try my best to dedicate the time and effort, it's just, Now, thankfully for these upcoming months, I got plenty of time. But even with that time, I still feel like it's going to take a while. So, I don't know. Trying to think, who else can I Oh yeah, I remember there was one question. I know someone asked it a while ago, and that's definitely my bad for not answering. Okara's video. How strong does AF Gogeta? Oh, Okara. Yeah. I don't think I even saw that video. But what do I think about them? I mean, oh, so like the question is like people power scaling fan material. I mean, that's cool. That's awesome. I mean, I did that too with Evil Goku, so. Let's see. Is there any other? No, I already saw that. Alright, I think I got one. Alright, cool. One that I did not watch, but I can watch now, so sure. Thankfully, it's pretty short, so I don't mind doing it. Mr. Perfect Cell's video, can Ultra Instinct Goku defeat Gogeta Blue? I mean, I guess it depends on the specifics, so. Why not? Why not? Just a shout out to the boy, I guess, and just to the community, so why not?
What's up, guys? Mr. Perfect Cell here. If you remember a while back, I made a video on Jiren versus Broly, and towards the latter end of that video,
Yeah.
I said a much better topic would be doing like Jiren versus Gogeta rather than Broly. So that's kind of why I'm making this video, sort of as a follow-up to that one. And I have a guest with me here today. He wanted to be on the Jiren vs. Broly video, but I forgot that he existed. So why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey guys, it's Dark Knight. Yeah, Self cut me out of the fucking video like a loser. But I'm gonna be back here. I was discussing with Beerus versus all that, how fodder Beerus was, stuff like that. And this time we're gonna be hopping to a much more interesting topic.
Yes.
But I still think we're gonna be talking about a character that's just a tad bit overrated, Gogeta. So like, I think most people like try to overrate fusions and stuff like that. So we'll be going to like a that topic specifically and see how the fight would actually go, like anime wise.
So for this video, we're obviously going to do anime Tournament of Power Goku versus Gogeta in the Broly movie. So without further ado, let's dive in. So I think the first thing we gotta discuss is Jiren versus Broly, since those are the only people that Ultra Instinct Goku and Gogeta Blue fight. Now, since I don't want to repeat my entire Jiren versus Broly video, me and Dark will just try to summarize the topic the best we can. There's a lot of statements from like promotion material, guidebooks, or just statements in like the actual anime suggesting that just normal full power Jiren is at the level of the Gods of Destruction, or just like flat out above them completely.
Yes.
The anime also makes note that Jiren is stronger than Melmod, who's stronger than Beerus according to Whis, which makes it even more apparent that Jiren is just supposed to be a threat stronger than the Gods of Destruction. Now,
although to clarify, Beerus does say that it was more so out of arm wrestling to an extent. So that's kind of, and I think that's more so a reference to Quitilla, the little stupid yellow Jerry Mouse god. So that's kind of but I can see, but it's still nonetheless valid that yes, Jiren is just blatantly above the gods. More so in the anime. The manga is a bit iffy, but yeah, and debatable. So
this is pretty similar to some stuff said about Broly. Like, for example, Goku makes a statement about Broly where he's questioning if he's stronger than Beerus, which does line up with some promotion material in the movie, pretty much saying the same thing, with it all just hinting towards that Broly and full power Jiren are supposed to be around the same level. Now, I am aware there are a lot of statements from various different guides and promotional materials suggesting that Broly is the strongest enemy, which is like the main argument people like to use to suggest Broly is stronger than Jiren, since Jiren is labeled as an enemy in some sources. But I'll let Dark explain why this argument isn't exactly too concrete.
So the biggest thing about Broly is his brute strength. He is constantly being stated to be the strongest in multiple different promotional materials, with some even going as far to say that he is the strongest Saiyan. Now, if we take those statements and apply them to the power Broly showed versus Gogeta, we all know that it doesn't work, as Broly definitely wasn't stronger than Gogeta Blue in their fight. And it also conflicts with Goku's statement,
that is true,
as he knows of the power Broly outputted against Gogeta, yet he still questions Broly being stronger than Beerus. And keep in mind that this is the same Goku that knows Jiren is above the God's destruction. So the real question you might be asking is, well, if it's not talking about the power Broly used against Gogeta, then what could it possibly be talking about? Well, it's probably referring to Broly's actual full power. But Dark-sama, Broly was already at full power when he fought Gogeta Blue! Well, was he? Taking a closer look at the source material and secondary guides, we know that Broly couldn't output his full power in his fight with Blue Gogeta. First, we have a statement from Psycho Jump Special that Broly, during his fight with Gogeta, he lost control over his power, and that had he been able to control his power, he would be quote-unquote sure to win. And within the Broly movie, Frieza, who had witnessed Gogeta push out a full power Kamehameha against Broly, he states that Broly would be the strongest once he can control his power. So that's two different statements for Broly's controlled full power being over Gogeta. This concept is further explained in the most recent chapter of Dragon Ball Super manga, with Vegeta telling Broly that it's good to derive power up, from anger, but his problem is that he loses himself to it, and further highlights that because of this, Broly can't unleash his quote-unquote true might. Also, to add more consistency, Kale, who is the literally Universe 6 parallel version of Broly,
pretty much,
also wasn't able to unleash her full power until she controlled her Berserk state, which then gives her a quote-unquote massive power amp.
Which, let me just say, more proof of the whole Great Force scaling, I'm just saying.
From before. So with all this evidence, it is a lot more consistent and less contradictory to say Broly's statement are referring to the full power that he has, but can't access, rather than the power that he displayed against Blue Gogeta. So while Broly has more raw power than Gogeta Blue and Jiren, he couldn't output that in his movie. So with movie Broly's power output being questionably above Beerus, that movie Broly would be around Omen 3 Goku or base Jiren level, and that's being very generous.
So with all that laid out, I think it's actually time to start comparing how Gogeta and Goku did against their respective opponents. And on a surface level, they both do just seem to overpower them in a pretty one-sided manner. But the way they actually outclass their opponents is a bit different, and I'll let Dark elaborate on that.
Now, this might seem crazy what I'm about to say, but Gogeta Blue wasn't way stronger than the Broly he fought. The same guy I mentioned earlier that said a controlled Broly would beat Gogeta Blue also states that Gogeta Blue and full power Super Saiyan Broly fought on equal terms. So in terms of power, Gogeta and Broly were relative, but Gogeta had an obvious speed advantage. This is pretty consistent.
That is true. I almost forgot about that. But if Broly could actually control his power, like control his emotions and use his true full powers during the fight, and could have beaten Gogeta, then that does kind of imply that the gap is not that huge. And plus, I'm pretty sure even the novels, which I know they said movie only, but technically the novels did say that Gogeta had to show more hints of his true powers, meaning he was in fact not like 1% is like, oh, time to use 1% of my powers. Like, no, the fact he has to add all hints at him getting close to reaching his full powers does indeed imply that is likely the case. Which, I mean, to be fair, we did see how a non-controlled regular Super Saiyan Broly can throw hands against Super Saiyan Gogeta. So him going full power and still survive attacks from Blue Gogeta is kind of impressive nonetheless. So yeah, I can definitely see that.
When Gogeta and Broly fight as Super Saiyans, Gogeta is shown to be clearly faster in their combat exchanges, but both of them in power were roughly equal, which is shown in the Beam Clash. We also see that Broly was constantly enduring hits from Blue Gogeta without really sustaining much damage at all, and was forcing Gogeta to constantly power up over and over again to try and overtake Broly and bring him down. It came to the point Gogeta had to use a full power Kamehameha to finish off Broly, A Spanish-speaking guide for the Broly movie called Navarrete states that Gogeta felt that he needed to do this in order to ensure safety in the universe. So yes, full power Super Saiyan Broly grew relative in power to Gogeta Blue. He was just a tad bit slower, which caused Gogeta to have the edge that we saw in the movie.
On the flip side, once Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku starts fighting Jiren, he is shown blitzing him on numerous occasions and easily negates all of his attacks and damages him to the point where he is gasping for air and starts having trauma flashbacks. So with Goku and Jiren, Goku seems to be edging out Jiren in basically every single category, whereas with Gogeta, it was primarily a speed and skill thing. So I would argue that Goku was overpowering Jiren more than Gogeta was to Broly. Jiren then goes on to power up and breaks his own limits and then starts overpowering the MUI Goku he was just losing to. There's even a scene where Goku is just on the ground struggling and Krillin has to cheer him on just for him to stand up. Goku then beats Jiren out of his hidden power state, makes him have more PTSD flashbacks, gets a rage amp, and then nearly blasts Jiren out of the ring. Even if you thought feat-wise Goku and Gogeta were comparable before, after adapting to hidden power Jiren, he just has far better feats than Gogeta. However, there are a few arguments people like to bring up to suggest that Gogeta might be stronger.
So there is a statement in the Buu Saga Goku makes stating that the fusion always has greater power than either of the fusions could ever muster, but the same Goku in Battle of Gods states that Super Saiyan God was beyond anything he could have ever imagined, and he obviously imagined fusion as Goku turned down that possibility after getting slammed on King Kai's planet. Obviously, I'm not saying that Super Saiyan God is greater than a fusion boost currently, but just that Goku statement in the Buu Saga is a bit outdated, so we can't really apply it to power-ups such as MUI.
And plus, I'm pretty sure the statement for that is more under the context of their levels at the time, not necessarily MUI. Same power, but what when they do it, they become stronger than the sum of their parts. Yeah, he was just generalizing. It was like, oh yeah, these Metamo people, they're stronger to put together, which is like a no-brainer, no duh. But he's not saying, oh, the MUI and then another MUI and then fusing together. It's like, yeah, no. I feel like that's a bit, I don't know. I feel like trying to use that argument is kind of being disingenuous with what was specifically in context stated by Goku for this scene. So yeah, nah.
Saying God was beyond any Goku. I'm not saying I really applied.
The other thing I see people try to bring up is some promotional material for the Broly movie, calling Gogeta and Vegeta as the strongest trump cards.
Yeah, that's
now, while this may seem bad if you're arguing for Goku, it really does not help Gogeta at all, as I think most people would agree that a trump card is something somebody would hold in reserve to gain an edge over someone. But Goku can't exactly use Ultra Instinct at will, so I don't get how something Goku doesn't even have access to willingly would be considered a trump card. So just any way you slice it, all pieces of evidence just seem to side with Goku being stronger than Gogeta, despite what the fan base thinks.
Yeah.
And I do understand it to a degree, as fusion is supposed to allow two fighters to obtain a power they can't reach on their own. But what people don't realize is that the godly power of complete Ultra Instinct is something that is even beyond that. The winner is Ultra Instinct Goku.
Yep, that's basically it.
And that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people in my comment section who did not enjoy it.
Yeah, there's like just as many fanboys for like, well, I won't say as many as for Gogeta, but there's a lot, as there was for Beerus as well. So I'm gonna people are not gonna like the idea of Goku being able to beat Gogeta.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna look pretty well in your comments, but it's not my channel, so a little glad about that.
Oh wow. But I mean, I do kind of get it with Gogeta a little bit more than Beerus, because I don't think it's too outlandish to say that like, oh, the fusion would obviously beat like, you know, one of the people he's comprised of. I think it's a little bit more reasonable than like with the Beerus tards.
Yeah, and he does I will give him give you guys credit. He does kind of slam a god destruction tier character along those lines, but then again, Goku obviously has better feats, so it just would go to Goku.
So I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video, and if you'd like to see more content from me, of course you can check out my channel, and make sure to check out Dark's channel as well. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Awesome. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I was also assuming that was gonna be the case at the end of the day. But there you go. Yeah, I don't... It's always the cool factor people love is like, oh, well, Gogeta is just cooler, though. But he must be stronger than Instant Goku. It's like, come on, stop. Stop it. Get some help. Literally, it's like that meme. Get some help. I just don't get it, but whatever. It is what it is. But that was a nice vid. Yeah, the stupid trump card thing. Dude, there's still people I know that genuinely believe that was like a valid argumentation. It's like, bro, trump card does not mean equal power. Like, it's so simple logic. It's like, oh, I need to fight someone with a weapon. Here's a bat, and here's an axe. Both are valid equal trump cards to win at the end of the day. That's all that matters. That's why it's called trump card, not equal power. Just like how Goku's Spirit Bomb is as an equal trump card as the Dragon Fist. They're both are probably not the same in power, but they are nonetheless equal solutions to win at the end of the day. Hence, trump card. It's like, it's so simple. Come on, man. Think for a few seconds, please. For goodness sake, that's all you need to do. But still, yeah, support them. Shout out to Mr. Perfect Cell and Chuck. I should probably... It's been a hot minute since I've done my own versus matchup. It's just that I don't know what would be a good, like, matchup to even do. Also, I'm pretty sure... What? No, it wasn't Mr. Perfect. I think someone else has suggested doing a not a co-op. What's it called? Like to have me feature one of their videos. I can't remember, but that would be pretty fun. That would be pretty fun. But thank you everybody for coming in. If y'all have any questions for me regarding my videos or my thoughts on certain topics, I can definitely answer them in a bit. I'll be here for another maybe 15 minutes or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. People just don't think long enough. Maybe they think 5 seconds. Maybe they should think another 10 seconds. That's probably what they need to do. And that's my recommendation. I wasn't sure who else I was gonna watch. I thought... Oops. Well, maybe in another live stream I can react to more power scaling videos, since, you know, nice way to shout out to them. Nice way for me to learn something new. But yeah. Oh, what the frick? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess power scaling is way too much of an effort for people to think, even for 5 seconds, I guess. I don't know. You tell me, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I always appreciate people doing those types of videos because it helps me feel inspired and also just try to develop my style because like I still try my best to make my video be a nice like I know my video is gonna nonetheless be biased from my perspective, but I still try my best to acknowledge every perspective possible. And so I hope that people can understand that, hey, I am acknowledging your stance. It may be one weird position, but is this technically valid? So there you go. And that's kind of why I love doing my videos, because it's just it's more easier to validate a position by just including everything, because it just makes it stronger and more consistent to see how like either how much they've evolved throughout the years, or just to see that even throughout different interpretations or retellings of the story, it's still very concrete as to what the creators want these characters to be, you know? But that's just me, of course. If I ever do a crossover or like collab, I'm definitely gonna ask the other person to do their own research, because I'm sure as heck I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I totally know how to scale Spider-Man or Batman, Thor, Superman. I totally know how to scale other franchises. Like, nah, you probably know more. You're probably the expert. I'll do my side of the argumentation, but otherwise, yeah, nah. I think, you know what? That's also another reason why I respect these guys, is because of the fact that because I am doing the obscure characters, and because nobody has talked about these other characters, I'm giving the opportunity to talk about the ones that people are not fully aware of, which is kind of the point. That's kind of the point. I want because how many people have talked about Goku before? Like, I feel like there's not much I can say that hasn't been said to death. And I'm sure there's, like, unique matchups I can do. But it's gonna, I don't know, feel a bit dry having to constantly repeat the same info specifically for Goku. And I mean, whew. It's already hard enough as is for me to not constantly repeating grade 4 scaling or continuity lore or stuff, but I don't know. I feel like I'm doing pretty good nonetheless, talking about all that you could regarding a character that not many people give the time of the day. But whatever. Thankfully, though, I'm just glad to see that, actually, yeah, as an update, I'm definitely gonna say that next video is not gonna be Dragon Ball related. I'm not, I'm not entirely sure what exactly I'm gonna be focusing on. I'm still trying to work things out. But I just know that I do not want to, I want to finally start doing other series to power scale, because as much as I love Dragon Ball, there is gonna be a certain point where I feel like I need new material to work with. I want to do something a little bit more unique because, again, how many people have talked about Dragon Ball before? I feel like there's plenty of people that talks about or power scales Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, etc. I feel like now is the best time for me to establish more of my identity. Because actually, now that I think about it, let me see. Yeah, because Toast, my boy Toast, he's already done One Piece and Kaisen vids. He's done One Punch Man and Naruto vids. He's done Bleach related vids. He's done DC related vids. Chainsaw vids. God of War. Even Devil May Cry. He did Medaka. Even Code Geass. Let's see, what else? Yeah, Long Stakes, he's already done DC. Jujutsu Kaisen. He's done Elden Ring. JoJo. Yeah, like plenty of these guys that's been doing this longer than I have has already been doing other series, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely respect the craft. Yeah, I just want to feel like I want to do my own thing, and I feel like potentially, because of the fact that, I don't know, I guess my style is more detail orientated, I feel like people will probably appreciate them more. I'll be recognized that for my efforts. I'm not entirely sure, but I don't know. I just feel like now is definitely the best time to finally grow some wings and actually do the best I can, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah. Man. That was definitely a fun stream. I definitely had fun. Thank you, everybody. Oh, and also, yeah, thank you, everybody, for supporting the video. It was definitely... yeah, I'm pretty sure I said it in the community tab, but I definitely didn't consider it as part of the movie villain roster. It's kind of like a special video game character, so I thought, yeah, perhaps now would be the best time to actually work on that character video, and I just did, so that was definitely fun. I hope people enjoy it, because, again, if people say, oh, you got this wrong, so I'm like, alright, what's your video, bro? Bro has been existing for 30 years and nobody talks about this character? Come on now. I'm definitely hoping that with my upcoming future endeavors, I'll be able to talk about other franchises. I'm still kind of nervous because once you get out of that bubble, so to speak, when it comes to, like, say, power scaling, like Dragon Ball, Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto, etc., it becomes a bit more niche because you don't really associate certain franchises with power scaling, you know? So I'm not entirely sure as to, like, whether or not people will even care to watch them, or if they will find it entertaining to actually, you know, care about it. So I don't know, maybe I'll just continue doing my thing, but I'm just praying that you know, people do in fact appreciate the effort at the very least. Because yes, I do have quite a lineup that I can talk about. It's just, I'm just hoping that people will actually care. But yeah. Anyways, I think now's the best time to end the stream. Thank you everybody very much for popping in, seeing my commentary regarding my newest video, as well as my overall live reaction for some of the boys. Again, show them some love. Watch their videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you everybody. I'm hoping I can live stream a bit more. I might play games. I might, you know, discuss with people, but we'll have to wait and see. And I know that it's probably not, it's a bit too early for most people, at least for their time period or time frame, but whatever. I don't care. I just live stream whenever I feel like it, so yeah. That's gonna be on my end, so who cares? But anyways, well, yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Take care out there, and I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.